Jared, do you want that I send the link? Because I should have it already, the one that you sent me.
Yeah, I sent it to you privately, so it'll say StreamYard.
Okay, then I send it. I just paste it in the group. Okay.
No, we go live. We get a different link for the group, right?
No, I'm gonna send the link right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
The link that I sent you is just for you to pop on,
okay.
and then I'll post the YouTube link right now. So that second link I sent you is the YouTube one, and I'll post it in the Discord. I mean the Telegram.
Okay. Okay, amazing. So we moved there, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Should we have are the light on, right?
Yeah, it's on. You just have to put the flaps down. So we're just waiting for Federico to pop in here.
How's that?
Yeah, it's good. Federico, if you go to the private message I sent you, you'll see that thing that says StreamYard. That'll pop you into our studio. There we go.
Okay.
All right, let's put them in here.
Can you see me?
Hey. All right, so we're live right now. All right, welcome to FUD Hour. This is actually like super appropriate because we created this channel just so you guys know who we are. I mean, you can see and on our title there. We're the CEO, CTO of Starship. You can check out our team. You can check out like our credentials and stuff on deploystarship.com. So one of the big initiatives that we have been pushing is to kind of provide this sense of humanitarianism in blockchain because there's so much fraud and out in the crypto universe. And one of the ways that we are trying to do that is by helping people launch their projects. So especially if they've had some sort of issues. So Federico, you reached out to me this morning because you were having issues. How did you hear about us?
Actually, there was a member of the group. He just hit me with a link and told me, maybe you can contact them, maybe they can help you. And he just sent me a video about it. I mean, about you guys.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's great. Like the project that we helped on last week is called Pulsar. Kind of similar situation to you, not exactly the same, and we'll go over what we went over this morning. But basically, like their token contract that was outsourced was just shit work, honestly. And because that contract was built on a proxy, we were actually able to fix the contract and relaunch it without having to do any sort of swap. Right. The reason why you're going to have to do a swap is because your contract is locked. It's not worked by a proxy. So, it was great getting to know you a little bit this morning, getting to know a little bit about your project. I still haven't, totally dove into it. But I respect the fact that you're doxxed. That is huge for us. I wouldn't have even interview you if you weren't doxxed. And honestly, to your community that's listening, the fact that you guys have a leader that is willing to push through these issues is a really strong characteristic.
A lot of leaders just give up.
They do. A lot of leaders just bail. So,
well, I'm sorry, but the thing is that in this moment, as the community knows, we had just two options: or to give up and say, okay, shit happened,
yeah.
or just to show ourselves. I mean, it was part of our roadmap after the pre-sale to do the live AMA. So this was the idea, like a great event for all the members, for all the holders. And with all the issues about the smart contract and stuff, we just had to stop it because it was, everything was just going crazy. We couldn't understand from where the glitch was coming from, if it was from the FEGEX platform, if it was from our smart contract. It was really difficult to understand at the beginning. When we found out that it was from the smart contract, there we started to understand, okay, there is an issue. We really need to do something and to get in contact with people that really knows about blockchain and what we can do. What's the next step in our project to survive at least?
Yeah.
And as I said, we have two options: or just to give up and say, okay, this is what happened, or to speak open to the community and say, okay, guys, let's do that. Let's move the liquidity. Actually, the liquidity is locked from the FEGEX platform. So we need to move to PancakeSwap. We are going to lock the liquidity again, but until 2030 instead of only 1 year. And we are going to... No?
Yeah, sorry, I wouldn't do that. I would heavily advise against locking. Okay, so I say this to everyone. And this is just my advice. And so, to your community and to my community watching, we just got to know each other. We're just having this conversation as an interview. We haven't officially endorsed you, but we really like what we see so far. But I will tell you that locking your contract I personally wouldn't lock a contract longer than like 90 days. And what you do is every 30 days, you lock it up for another 90 days. Right. Because you can have all sorts of issues. Okay. So like with this issue that you just had, that liquidity is locked, for a year. If you were to lock your liquidity till 2030, then what you're essentially saying is that you either have to do another swap, because you're going to grow as a company, right? I don't know your full roadmap. I don't know where you're going, but if you're successful, which obviously you want to be, you're going to need to be able to adapt with your users, with whatever products or services that you're offering. And as you grow and expand and scale, you can't do that in a smart contract if you've got your liquidity locked until 2030.
Plus, if PancakeSwap comes out with version 3,
you could do a migration, but it's still a headache.
It took a while last time though for the migration from 1 to 2.
So I would, obviously, like saying that your liquidity is not locked for like a year, most people kind of freak out about that. But if you kind of walk them through the process, and I would recommend being as visual as possible, like doing these video chats. If you walk them through the process and allow them to, like, let's say on your website, you create some sort of dashboard or you create some sort of time notification thing where they can see that, it's locked for 90 days. And then every 30 days, it locks for another 90 days. Right. So, if like shit hits the fan or you're scaling, that you have at least 90 days now to prepare for this next scaling event where you might launch a new smart contract and move the liquidity. At that point, if you're at a scaling event, your community should already absolutely trust you. So I can tell you, for us, like we could pull our liquidity right now and move it over to a different blockchain or move it over to let's say a new contract, and our community would fully support it because we've been above and beyond transparent with them. They know who we are. We create tons of content. And
we did make the mistake of locking it until December 2022. And we want to make a new contract, but now we have to wait, a year and a half to do it.
Yeah. So I definitely wouldn't I wouldn't like
Yeah.
it. But
I got the point. I got the point.
Yeah, I get. But I like that you're committed to ensuring that the liquidity pool is solid. You know, I definitely like that. So, all right, let's get to your contract and what your plans are. You know, we talked this morning, and you were telling us about how the different issues that you were having with the gas fees being enormous.
Yeah.
And Matt doesn't know about any of this, so we're going to kind of explain it to him right now too. So, do you want to kind of just give your community a little update on the issues you found, and I can kind of help describe that to them?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, actually, what happened then? We did the pre-sale on FEGEX, which it was great. I mean, the community is great. The developers are amazing. I have nothing to say about them. But what happened then? When I get in contact with my smart contract developer, let's say, I asked him. I have the screenshots. I send the screenshots to the community already. I asked him, do you think that it's gonna be there is gonna be any problem if we do the pre-sale on FEGEX and then the liquidity pool is gonna be in there? And he just answered, okay, mate, no worries. There is no problem about it. Just do it. Everything is fine. I mean, it's Sunday. I have to chill, whatever. So we did the pre-sale. It was Friday. On 20 hours, we reached our hard cap that it was 200 BNB. So everything was going fine. In the moment to close the pre-sale, it was impossible to close it. So already the community was freaking out and asking why I cannot claim my tokens. And for me, it was a surprise because I say, okay, maybe it's just the platform that it's having a glitch or whatever. But I mean, you will understand later that it was just about the contract. So I get in contact with the guys from FEGEX, and they create a new kind of, how can I say, they just made a transition between the pool, let's say, where we had all the liquidity from the pre-sale. They move it to another one, and from there they just send the tokens to the people, so and the people could claim them. It was something like that. And then we wanted to wait like 24 hours to launch the token on the platform. And in the moment to launch it, so it was Sunday night for us. In the moment to launch the token, it was impossible to make any transaction. There was nothing to do. So I just got in contact with these blockchain developers, and they told me, okay, try to enable the function 17, which is the liquify and swap. Yeah. We did that. And of course, transactions were working fine, also with the right gas fees and everything. But enabling that function, it means that there were no rewards, no burn, there was nothing, no one of the features that we have created for a contract, you know?
Yeah.
And this was the first thing. So we start to get in contact with a new blockchain developer, and with some other new people also from the FEGEX platform, because I thought from the beginning it was a glitch on the platform and not on our contract, you know? And we started to understand that it wasn't like that, and the glitch was inside our contract. So I got in contact with this guy. He's watching us right now, and he's the guy that is creating the new contract right now. The new contract, it has been created. I will send it later in the group and everything. And he was helping me, believe me, from the morning until the night on the last 4 days. I think we are not sleeping since 2 weeks, the whole team, I mean.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
And but anyways, I mean, it's fine. It's great. We are just trying to fix everything. This is the point. And
so one of the problems with the gas fees, right? So the swap and liquify, so everyone understands what the swap and liquify is traditionally it's used for depositing into the liquidity pool. So for anyone that doesn't understand how liquidity pool works, the liquidity pool is what decides the price of the token. A token is always going to be on a DEX. A token is always going to be paired with another token. So in your case, it's BUSD, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
That's right.
so
It was a
you have
reward.
in the liquidity pool, you have BUSD on one side, and then you have MDT on the other, right? So BUSD divided by MDT equals the price of the token. So like when you're buying, I give you BUSD, and then you give me MDT, the liquidity pool, and so it changes the math, right? So obviously, like the price would go up if BUSD is increasing and MDT is decreasing. So anyhow, that's how the liquidity pool works. So when you have a tax that deposits to the liquidity pool, what it does is it actually takes the tax in the token. So let's say your tax is 10%. Just I know it's not exactly that. This is just for an example. So if I buy $100 of the, or let's say I buy 100 token, I'm going to get taxed 10 tokens. So I actually only receive 90 token. The other 10 token is sent to the contract. Okay. When the contract hits a certain threshold, what it does is it divides the amount of token that it's going to sell, or that it captured. It divides it in half into two parts, and then it sells one part to capture the BUSD, and then it combines them both together and deposits them into the liquidity pool. I know that is like over a bunch of people's heads, but that's basically what the swap and liquefy does. It has to sell its own token to get the BUSD, so then you could deposit it into the liquidity pool. But you have a reward. You have a BUSD reward. They do the dividend token, right? So with a dividend token, now when you are rewarding your users with BUSD, you're paying all of those gas fees. Okay, so if you've got 400 users, and you're sending them all BUSD individually, right? So it's not bulking it up. Where I saw the bigger problem was in your contract was that your threshold, he's got a quadrillion token.
Okay.
And his threshold for the swap and liquefy was 10,000 token.
Oh, so it's just nonstop.
Rapid fire, right? So you're blowing through gas like crazy.
So they can't change that then?
No, they have to launch a whole new contract.
Okay.
Yeah, which their developers on
creating variables that you can change.
Yeah, no, their developer. I mean, I don't know him or skill set, but like, I'm sure he will know how to change that. So I would, So I won't go into that part, but that's why you saw all those gas fees like crazy, and so you definitely want your num sum. You want that number that triggers the swap and liquefy. You want that to be considerably higher. You want it to be proportional with the amount of volume that you're seeing. Because if it's too high, right? So let's say you had it at like 10% of the supply. So like when it hits 10%, I mean it's going to do a huge dump. So and you don't.
I do like a 10%.
Yeah, you don't want that either. Yeah, you kind of want to play around with it, but also, make sure that your developer and you, and honestly, dude, I'd get your whole community involved in it. Get on the test net. Everybody can go to.
We are doing that. We are testing on the test net actually. As I say, the contract has been created. I have the link on the test net, so I will send it later. Because I want to use these 24 hours, I mean the next 24 hours before the next event, which is going to be tomorrow night. We are going to create the new liquidity pool and everything. I want to use these 24 hours to everyone. I mean, everyone can just hit the link and check on the test net. They can test it themselves and to see how the contract is working. We tested already by ourselves. It should work everything fine. And this is one of the steps that last time we didn't do. We didn't do it by ourselves because when we asked it, it was told us that everything was fine and it was tested and it was working properly, And
that's what happened with Pulsar, right? They were given screenshots, right? And this is all super new to a lot of people. But I mean, you obviously, as the leader of the project, you absolutely learned that lesson. You know, like I can't imagine you would ever launch a contract again where you're not the one testing it.
I did.
And dude, we've all been there, man. I've been there, dude. Like the only reason why people reach out to me and ask me for help is because I've been there. I have that experience, dude. I've fucked up before, like it happens. And what makes you an exceptional leader is by sticking with it, putting your head down and working through it. And people will respect that for sure. So we are going to be following you. I am going to see how this launch happens. I do kind of want to talk about your transition a little bit with the launch, but I would love to have you back on FUD Hour to talk about how the launch went and all that kind of stuff. Personally, we're trying to connect with as many honest people as possible because there's not too many. Yeah. So I was hearing you in Telegram talk about this, how you're going to do the swap, right? So you're going to send them token first, and then they're going to send you token back.
Yeah, it's sorry. No, tell me.
I would talk to your developer and I don't know if they're a front end developer, but about you can build this isn't for front end, but you could build a smart contract. We just did this for Potherium, who was in a similar issue, not necessarily with like a failed launch. The launch was great, but the contract was renounced ownership. And so they needed to get control of the contract. And so what we did was, or what they did was they built a swap contract, right? So you logged onto their website and you connected your wallet and it did the exchange between one token to the next, right? So there was no waiting period.
This is interesting. Huh? Instead of doing an airdrop, it's more to do it's a switch of tokens between one contract and the other, or something like that.
Yeah. So basically, you go into the smart contract, and it says, so yours is equal, right? It's 1-to-1. Theirs wasn't. They changed their tokenomics, right? So I forget what it was, but like if you deposited, let's say 10,000 token, you got 1,000 back. The value of the token was exactly the same, but they changed the supply, right? So
for us, it's gonna be the same because we are gonna have the same supply, and it's gonna be 1-on-1. So
yes, so the way it works like an atomic, and your developer will know this. It works like an atomic swap. Okay, so an atomic swap is basically like I reach out to Matt and I say, hey Matt, I'm gonna give you 1 BTC, and you're gonna give me 1 Ethereum or whatever the relationship is, right? And it just does that equal trade. So although you got the better end of that deal since I gave you the 1 BTC, but so that's how the atomic swap works. I definitely would do it that way. That's going to take a little bit of time though, and you may not want to do that because you have to build the front end for the interface for people to do that, and you have to build a smart contract. You only have 350, 400 holders. So I think doing it manually is going to suck, but it's really not that bad. I mean, dude, I've minted over 100 NFTs in like 3 hours. So
that's why we want to do a kind of let's say normal airdrop in the next 24 hours. So as soon as we finish to test the contract on the testnet and everything will be fine. We hope that we are gonna finish to test it by ourselves already tonight. We will send it to the community. They can test it during the day tomorrow. We will send already the wallet, the ownership wallet, the marketing wallet, so they can check all the transactions, everything what's going on in there. And who is feeling comfortable about it? Once they have the link of the contract transaction hash and everything, it means that we test it already. So it means that for us it's safe. Doesn't mean that they cannot do it. They can take their time to test it, but we will send already the wallet, and so as I say, they can check all the transactions. And I think we are going to make a poll probably on Telegram as well in Instagram. And when anyone will be ready and fine with it, we will start to do the airdrop. So we will send the tokens to the holders.
So we don't, just so you know, we have we're speaking to a college pretty soon. So I just want to let you know. But if anyone's watching, you want to ask a quick question, go for it. We're gonna have to get off this in 7 minutes. But the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and then I'll follow up with you later today, man, see how everything's going.
Sure. Thank you.
But the other thing I wanted to talk about is on Telegram. I heard you say that you're gonna send them token first, and then they're gonna send you the other token. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I would have them send the token to you, and then you send it back. Your docs, they're not. If you send them the token, they could then sell your token back on the actual contract right now. And then now they have two tokens, right? Well, let's say they sold theirs on your current contract, but now they have your new token for your new one. So I would definitely take that. I would take your current token first, and then I would send them the new token. Otherwise, you may have some issues with people double dipping. So
that's clear. That's true. We were trying to find a way. I mean, I'm Docs actually, so they can see me. I'm the CEO, and the point is, it was just a way to tell the people, okay, look. There was a mistake in the contract, even if it's not 100% our fault. This is our phase. We are gonna fix it. We are here to fix it. So it was just to create a bridge to us and the community to say, look, this is our trust on you. You are a holder, so we are gonna airdrop the tokens first. But it's also true what you said. Anyone in there can do everything they want. So maybe we will just change this part of the thing, and we will just take first. Yeah, that's true.
You're actually protecting the. I totally get where your sentiment is, and I love it. But you're actually gonna protect your community if you take the token first and then give them the new token, because if anybody out of 400 people, I would guess what. How many people would try to take advantage of this situation?
At least 95%.
I don't know if it's 95%, but no, but 10%. I think that you would get 25 or 50 people that would try to take advantage of that situation. That's not fair to the rest of the community. So
that's true.
Because then when you launch the new contract, they're gonna dump on that.
Yeah.
Or you would have to then launch another contract and do another swap. Because there were a number of people that took the token without giving it back.
So the token is trading then?
The token's trading right now.
Oh, yeah. So when does that liquidity open?
Like a year, right?
1 year.
Yeah, so he's just going to aggregate all the token and then just dump it.
Oh, okay. So that's how he's getting.
That's how you're getting the liquidity, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the idea. Just to collect all the tokens in one wallet, which is going to be the owner wallet. And we will just buy all the liquidity. Yeah, we will just buy all the liquidity in once, or maybe in more transactions, but always in the same wallet. And with a new token that is going to be deployed on, it will get the ownership. I mean, the new contract. This wallet will have the ownership of the contract. We are going to do everything there, so that people can follow the transactions, can see everything in there. So that's basically the idea.
Yeah. Just make sure that you publicly lock the new contract before launching it, and then make sure in the contract, and I can look for this for you. That typically it is that the owner wallet is exempt from tax, because as you are selling as you're selling all the token that you accumulated, you want to make sure that you're not getting taxed. Otherwise you're gonna have to keep doing weird stuff. So you shouldn't be taxed as the owner, and I can verify that for you.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, or your developer can. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
More people it's involved in this new smart contract. It's even better for me and for the community, because we have more experts, let's say, as you are, in blockchain and smart contracts that can look at it and say, okay, look, guys, this is all what you need about. This is all what we were talking about, and this is what your community needs, and that's it.
Yeah. So, we have to, like I said, we have to wrap it up. But this is going to be on YouTube. Share the link with whoever you want in your community that wasn't able to see it, and we're gonna watch your project.
Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna learn more about it, because we're just getting to know each other. But
Amazing.
I thank you for reaching out, and I hope that we can give your community some sort of confidence.
Yeah, and next week we'll do an update on FUD Hour.
Yeah.
Of what happened with the launch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm super happy to be here with you, guys. To be honest,
dude, we live for this stuff. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Anything that can bring honest people back in.
Yeah, but thank you for hosting me, and thanks for all the explanation about the project and why the people and why we need to move to the new smart contract to build again the MDT like it was from the beginning.
Yeah, no, you definitely need to rebuild it. And honestly, man, I'm looking at the comment section right now, and Forward TT is talking about the idea that I had explained to you about how you do the swap on your website. It's going to take you a bit more time, but I think it'll instill a lot more trust. You'd be amazed. And I want to just say, don't rush this whole thing, man. Like, if there are people in your community that are trying to rush you to land this contract right, just, dude, tell them to leave. Like, you don't need them as a holder. You want people that believe in process, that want it done right, and that takes time. It took me 3 days to fix the Pulsar contract, and
how many days for testing after?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that is including testing. Yeah. So, and that was just fixing a contract that we're talking for you. You're talking about like a whole. If you were to do the swap on the site, where you just do the exchange of token, I would say you're looking at probably 2 weeks, if you're gonna do it right. So that's up to you. But I think you'd be surprised on how many people are stoked when they see you actually doing the work. Because most of the time people find out about contracts or about these new token projects, they're just learning about it and then they kind of just ape right in. This is a really good opportunity for you to put a public face on this, to show your mistakes, show how you're moving forward, and people like that, man. I really think they do. I mean, I know they.
I hope so. I mean, the idea of the project, I know it's a meme token. I know that it's not gonna bring, I don't know, nothing new to the world, and but it's just the idea to have something funny. It's the idea to create something together with the community, to bring new ideas, the NFT marketplace, and the other two tokens that we want to create. We are also in touch with a community of gamers. So we have a lot of ideas. It's just it was just the first step that wasn't that right because of the smart contract, but the idea is to fix it, to move forward, and to move on. That's it.
Yeah, no, totally. And I just want to kind of end this by saying, we didn't ask for money from you. You didn't offer money for us. There's no exchange.
Absolutely.
Like, we are absolutely just doing this because we want to see honest
and
people.
Can I say something? Thank you. And I was really surprised because there was no one that I met until now in this, let's say, crypto world that wasn't asking for money. No one. No developer.
I have a problem not asking for money. He's the CEO, so like normally he takes care of that for me.
I would have asked for no.
No, but really, guys, there was no one, no YouTube. I mean, we got scammed also $1,000 from a YouTuber. I mean, there is no one in this crypto world.
How much have we gotten scammed?
50 grand.
50? Oh no, not in one.
Not in one, but I mean all together. Yeah, lots of scams.
Yeah, I would have thought more than 50K. Yeah, no, we've gotten scammed quite a bit. So we know what to look out for. We've been around the block. If anyone in your community wants to show any sort of love towards us, Obviously, follow us. You know, pop in our
subscribe.
Pop in our community. Meet our people.
We
They're
will
all
do it.
like us, dude. Like the culture that we're setting right now, where we're trying to help other communities. That goes from us down into our community. So you know.
And also, there's clever ways that we could work together. You could make gear for Mars Dollar, integrate it into our game, and we do a revenue share.
He doesn't even know about our game.
Oh, he doesn't know about our game?
No. We just met.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we have to get them the protocol.
Oh, we can give you utility, though.
We'll build it out. Yeah, we have an NFT game and we have a wallet.
That's amazing. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But
so we're all about partnerships.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you, man.
We'll speak
Thanks
soon.
for reaching out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.